Great. Welcome, everybody. It's so good to have you here with us. And today we are joining together. My name is Sue Dumais, for those of you that maybe don't know me or know me very well. And with me is Kristen Bielecki. And Kristen and I have been doing global activations for, I don't know how long now.
Months. I don't
A
know.
while,
Yeah.
a year or something, I don't know. And there's times where we'll go maybe a couple weeks without, and then we'll do them weekly. So we've been working together really closely and kind of flowing with each other and supporting humanity, Mother Earth, and beyond. And recently we were feeling like we needed to come together and offer something with you guys as participants. So that's why we're here today. So I want to begin with just a quick little centering so we're all here on the same page, and then we'll explain why we're here, what we're going to be doing, what we're picking up on in the field, and what you need to know about it. And then we'll clear it and do an activation and amplification of your fields. Okay. So rest your eyes closed, take a deep breath. And as you're breathing, just be present to this moment, to this breath, and each breath as it occurs, letting your breath anchor you here and now. And you may even take a deep breath in through the nose and let it fall out with a bit of a audible sound, just to give your body and your energy the indication, and your mind the indication that we're here now, present, letting go of all temptations for distractions. I want you to imagine that you're walking in through a doorway, this beautiful doorway made of pure energy. And as you walk through that doorway, what you're doing is saying yes to participate in this healing for humanity, for Mother Earth, for you individually, and all of us collectively. You're saying yes to participate, but you're also saying yes to create that intention to leave fear at the door, to leave your ego at the door, and to step in with just this pure of heart and pure intention to be of service, to receive, but also to be of service. And the energy we're encountering feeds off our fear, feeds our ego. It feeds off any point of entry, and it becomes a doorway to get into your field. So what we're intending to do with this beautiful circle in this sacred space is to step into that archway, entering the circle, saying clear in that intention of leaving fear at the door. And if fear arises during, then the invitation is to fold it in, to stir it into the heart space, to stir it into this beautiful recipe for healing and expansion, this beautiful recipe for balance and harmony. And Kristen's just going to set up the beginning of the grid here in our beautiful circle as we start.
Thank you. As we're opening into this circle, we're going to welcome a beautiful, strong, clear, resonant light that represents balance and harmony for our minds, our hearts, our bodies, our fields, the energy field, and the greater field of life itself, to flow through the center of each one of our bodies, from above the head all the way down through the root, to meet at a point of beautiful white golden light in the center of our circle and flow down into the center of earth. And in the center of earth is this pure heart, the pure divine life of source and the living consciousness of earth. And the living consciousness of all that is through all the levels and layers of the elements and galactic life within the earth and our souls within the earth, and letting that flow through and up through the center channels of our bodies. The energy that is in balance and in harmony, and welcoming that to flow all the way up through the center channel of our body, up through our head, and to meet at a point of gold white light above our heads and connected into pure light of source. That's harmony and balance. And all the lands that we're upon, we're welcoming them in the living consciousness of earth to create a connection here through white light as well. And up through the four corners of all of our rooms that we're in, the space that we're in, up meeting at source as well, as we welcome in all of our wisdom, all of our creative power that is in balance and in harmony, the pure love of our hearts that's in balance and harmony. As we center into our hearts and take a deep breath, supporting all that is present here, all of our guides, all of the galactic beings and the elemental consciousness that is here to support this activation and balance as well. Welcoming ourselves to stay fully present and grounded, connected, and to receive all that we're here to receive in the highest intention and the highest resonance for yourself individually and for all collectively. Thank you.
So we're here today to address a source of external interference that we picked up in the field. And I've been working with the external interference since 2020, really intentionally on an individual level, but also on a collective level, and working in the field of collective consciousness. And I was doing great work at firewalls and all this kind of stuff. And just in the last 2 or 3 months, I felt something different. And I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but it felt like there was something off. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I couldn't quite identify where it was or what was happening, but I could feel it. And it was almost like just this constant stream of something. Very stealth-like, very subtle, like extremely micro subtle. And I started to feel something in my field. I started to feel like it was more hitting my body and kind of hitting these little points of weakness in my body, my systems that are still not quite coming to this place of harmony yet. They're getting there, but they're still compromised a little bit or being supported. But I kept like feeling these little hits, like little knocks, little jolts. So at some point, I ended up joining with Kristen, and I was like, I'm feeling something in the field. It's almost like there's this little stream that's getting by somehow. And it feels like it's coming through the collective field into our individual field. But I couldn't quite identify it fully. So we had a conversation. She's like, yeah, I'm feeling something too. So as we were talking, we started to really start to experience it more accurately and really discern how it's coming in. And we would go off and have these, experiences within our own fields and collective field. And then we come back and have a conversation about it again. And we started to get really familiar with it. So that's kind of how I was introduced. I don't know if you want to, Kristen, you want to share a little bit about how you started to come across it for yourself.
Yeah. Thank you, Sue. And I just wanted to share, it's always nice to be able to share this with somebody else. and have these conversations so that we can have a broader view of what's happening. Because I know when we're in our individual lives and we're feeling these things, and it's like, but there's no, there can't, sometimes there's a challenge in having the broader context. And that's another reason why we wanted to bring everyone together so that, we could really create that field of understanding. And so it's been really helpful for me to connect, with you, Sue, and how I've been noticing it, especially is through the nerve system, as for me, because that's where I get, because I can, go into anxiety, like, whoa, because it's like we're so sensitive. It's like, everything just becomes really. So I just kept feeling like, why is it so consistent? And why is it, constant that I'm, having to constantly regulate when before there was more of a stream of balance. And then watching it in other people and seeing how other people, were sensing sensing like all of a sudden it just seems to come out of nowhere, or it's or these specific things, just repetitive patterns just keep coming back and back and back, but it's super consistent, in how the repetitiveness is happening. And so what I was going into is I was tuning into Mother Earth and the consciousness and letting her show me what's happening, and then also in the greater view, and just watching how, you know, there's these there's this push pull and power and control right now, and that's kind of what we're experiencing, right? That push pull of, okay, people are waking up, there's more consistent frequency of awareness. So this is how they, when we say they, it's like,
We're talking
you know
about imbalanced energies, energies that are out of balance. That's what we're talking about. It's not a
yeah,
day like someone's gonna, yeah.
yeah, it's imbalanced energy, and it could be coming from us, just like we have imbalanced energy sometimes, right? And so I was just noticing how these imbalanced energies were really getting ramped up through our devices, through the satellites, and how they're bouncing off and create, there's always been a grid around the earth that's been a filter for imbalanced energy. And as we're waking up and having more awareness, that's getting broken down and balanced out. And so when these energies see that, whether it's a soul, whether it's a group of beings, whether it's people on this planet that just want to have a certain awareness, like just like we want to have a certain awareness, right? We want to have more of a balanced awareness of maybe peace or joy or love or connection or harmony. There's going to be that balance, the other side of the coin, right, where there's energies that want to have something else. And so it's not necessarily always malicious, but it's like they're just trying to create a certain energy. And so what's happening is they're just creating this network of energy that wants to ping into the parts of ourselves that feel harmony and say, let's not have harmony, let's not have harmony. Right? So it's always an invitation for us too. So what I was seeing is these devices that are in the earth, this device that they've been using, that I've been working with different devices. I've been working with devices in the planet since 2013, of how there's these devices that they use that these energies create certain specific energy pockets in the planet. Just like we work with the grid and the power spots of the planet that are creating a balanced energy, these ones are creating imbalanced energy. And so I've been working since then with dismantling these energies, but I was just seeing this massive one in the center of the earth recently, where they're supporting that ping through the satellites and pinging us. And as Sue was saying, there's this subtle frequency that's created from that is kind of drawing the edge down, maybe we want to call it down, so that there is more fogginess, more imbalance in our field. But then there's these like little, like the way Sue was doing it earlier, like we're seeing these little pokes, these little consistent pokes where it creates that feeling of instability, and
It
then
almost knocks you off balance or knocks you off center a little bit. Yeah.
yeah. And then maybe our physical bodies, as this planet is changing and the magnetism and changing and stuff, it's like our bodies are already trying to, recenter themselves or configure themselves around the new energy and frequencies that we are embodying. Right. And then they're also bringing them, this energy is also getting amplified by the solar flare. So we're having these more balanced frequencies and the imbalanced frequencies getting highlighted right now. And so we just wanted to come in to support us in balancing out all of these frequencies that are coming in anywhere that we're feeling it in our own bodies, our own lives, and that. So yeah, feeling it strongly the 2 days ago, big time. Yeah, there's a big solar flare the other day, and there's a lot of energy that came through on that.
Mhm.
So yeah, go ahead, Sue.
Yeah, I love what you were saying when you were saying it's like drawing the energy down. It's like having like a spiral pulling you, like on the inside, kind of pulling you down, and it finds the points of entry, points of weakness. So like for you as well, I was having a lot of anxiety, and I'll pick up on the collective anxiety a lot. So usually it's like, oh, it's the collective, and then I clear it and it's all good. But it was persistent. It was mine. And I'm like, okay, this is odd. So what I'm finding is there's these patterns where it's making everybody feel kind of flat or blah, depressed or uninspired, unmotivated. Confused is a big one. A lot of people talking about feeling confused, uncertainty. I'm not really sure what's happening, and feeling a little bit jostled or restless or shaky, like not feeling totally grounded, like you can really kind of stand on your own 2 feet. Becky's just saying, been feeling a lot of resentment. It can be resentment, anger, frustration. It can be directed at other people. There's a lot of projection going on too. And all of this is kind of creating this confusion or doubt. And the moment we start to doubt ourselves, we actually withdraw our energy from the balanced energies, and we're feeding into the imbalance, the out of balance energies. So I want to talk a little bit, I want to backtrack a little bit about energy. In the beginning, there was source, pure, clean, clear energy, period, pure. When it decided it wanted to experience itself, it divided into two, positive and negative, polarity, positive and negative energies, positive and negative charge. Totally balanced, beautiful creation started. That's where we can experience. So balanced dark and balanced light is beautiful because we can't see anything. We can't see creation without both those elements, positive and negative, light and dark, in balance, harmonized energy. That's beautiful. At some point, those two energies then divided again and became balanced light and out of balance dark, or imbalanced dark, balanced light and out of balance light, and balanced dark and out of balance dark. The imbalanced dark and the imbalanced light are working against the balance. They're working to bring things more out of balance. And the balanced energy is just harmonizing everything. It's just an experience. It's just creation experiencing itself. It's the out of balanced energies that are causing the discordant energy, or causing the breakdown or the gunk that we're dealing with. So there's a whole story behind that. I'm not gonna go into that, because then we can talk about ego and all these other things. But the point of it is, we don't have to be afraid of these energies. We don't have to be afraid of fear. That's what fear wants, is for us to fear it. We just need to meet it. We just need to witness it, experience it, recognize it. And the beautiful thing is, when we recognize it as energy that's not in balance, we have the potential within us. The potential resides in every single one of us to witness that energy and bring it into balance. So all of this energy is not bad. It just needs to be transmuted in a way that can support creation, that can support humanity, that can support Mother Earth, support all of us. So that's what we're here to. Kristen and I feel very strongly, and that's where our soul missions really overlap, is that we both really feel strongly about balancing and harmonizing the energies of all of creation, not just here on Earth, but all of creation. And so it's a big, big mission, big vision, but
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Sue, for that really clear description. And when Sue's saying that about just having that awareness of it, and I know we talk about that a lot, it's just acknowledging it. And then it can release the charge, and then we can have that awareness of choosing. And what we're really bringing in today too is love, and that pure love of that pure energy of source. Just like you were saying in the beginning, there's just source, it's just energy. And so when we can see it just as pure energy rather than a this or a that or a, whatever, we can say, I can welcome it and either embrace it or go against it too, because that's the thing, is we can go against and say, I need it out, I got to resist this darkness or this tension or this dizziness or this increased symptoms of whatever, or the thoughts, and go, wait, let's harmonize with it.
Yeah, fold it all in, like stir it in like this beautiful recipe of creation.
Nice.
That's what transmutes it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's our transmutative power. And that's what we're calling in today, is to, okay, just even when I saw those devices, I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. Like, that's some pretty cool technology. Like, okay,
How
you
can we
know,
use this?
yeah,
To support us.
let's amp it up with some balanced energy here, and so it's like we can utilize what we're experiencing for balance, because it's just energy too. Right. So it's like taking it in that perspective. And so that's what I did with it. I was like, yeah, no thanks for using my consciousness in that way. I appreciate that that's what your expression is in the world. This is what I'd like to create. So let's create a balance here. Let's create a balance. Let's create a meeting point. Just like, Sue was saying, fold it all in. Let's create a meeting point to where it's balanced again. It can be, it's like when I think about it, just the image came, of course, the yin yang, where it's
Mhm.
just there and it's flowing together. And there's that balance point. There's that meeting point where, oh, here's some of the balance and the imbalance. Here's some of the balance or the whatever, the opposite, the balance and the imbalance, and imbalance and the balance. But they're just flowing together. There's no need to butt heads or try to have more power than the other. And so when I feel like that's what Sue and I are working to, or putting our awareness into co-creating. And so we can share that with you today and amplify that, through you individually and then collectively today. So we can pinpoint some of the areas that we're holding things and choose that. So,
Beautiful. So shall we begin?
yeah.
Well, it began when we began, but.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to guide you through a process and kind of take you on a journey and give you, the opportunity to create some awareness for your own experience and an opportunity to contribute to the amplification of the energy toward the end. Because for each one of us individually to do this work, it's a lot. It requires a lot. And we're not meant to do it alone. We're not meant to be the lone wolves anymore. We're meant to join in community. We're meant to really work together to support this energy. We're all part of creation. We're all part of the out of balance energies. That's all part of us in one way or another from the beginning, right? So when we can honor it within ourselves and understand how this energy is coming in and infiltrating our fields, then we'll be able to make a shift, and together we can do the work. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have a question or you have a
Yeah, and so, Sue brought it to my attention too. And we just wanted to share this as well, that, today there's what's called like the planet parade, where there's 6 planets in alignment: Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, Neptune, and Saturn. And it just happens. It's kind of like it's a rare alignment where you can see them all in a row, where all their orbits have lined up. And so we were wanting to, and plus Venus is going into a balanced state this week, as well as we're having a new moon Thursday. So it's just kind of an opportunity here to, just like you were receiving moon earlier. So it's like we're all in this position to, have a new opening. And we wanted to utilize this alignment to have that straight, direct, energy through ourselves, through the body, through the collective.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Mother Earth, the moon, all the planets are showing up. Everyone's showing up for us to do this work today.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a moment to rest our eyes closed and take some deep breaths. And first thing we're going to do is just shine light on this subtle, stealth-like stream of interference. So it's a constant stream. It's like the tap is on, the hose is running, but at a really low level, it's trickling in. And then every once in a while, a little bit more of a jolt or purge will come in and flush a little bit harder, hit us a little harder. But I want you to tune into the subtle, stealth-like stream of interference. Now, this is a form of external interference, meaning it's coming from the outside of your energy field into your energy field to cause discordant experiences, to shake things up in a way that's not helpful. So just in your own experience, feel into it. And when you're at a level that you feel like, I think this is it, or I feel like this is it, I want you to go just a little bit deeper, a little more subtle, deeper, at a level where maybe you haven't tapped into it before. See if you can get in underneath it. And for many, it's like just this little thread of interference. It's so tiny and subtle. But over time, it wears us down. It's wearing us down. And in some ways, it's siphoning our balanced energies and using it in a way that doesn't help us. So how is it coming in your field? Where's the point of entry? Where's the door open for it? And if it's not in your field, where is it at the edge of your field? But because for everyone, including me, it is no longer in my field, but it's at the edge. It's like at the edge of your yard, standing at the fence, peeking over like a peeping Tom, waiting and watching for the opportunity to get in, waiting for the gate to open, waiting for a pocket of fear, a pocket of worry, a pocket of doubt, something physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, something on some level that will create just a little opening. And then it comes in like a thread and it remains until you're aware of it and you pull it out. So right now, for many of you, you'll feel that thread. And if you can feel that thread, we're just going to invite that thread to be pulled out. So just as much information as you need about it, gather the information, gather the understanding, but don't go digging too far because we're going to pull that thread out. So the invitation now is to pull that thread out and pull it out to the edge of your energy field. And some of you may not be able to pull it out all the way, but we're just going to begin the extraction of it. And continue to gather more information, continue to shine light, continue to feel into it. And as we speak and Kristen and I continue this process, you'll start to go, oh yeah, that's how, oh, that's an entry point. Oh, that, I can feel it there. So just continue to be open to gather more information. We're gathering awareness so that we can intentionally clear this from the field individually, and then we'll work on it on the collective level as well.
So in the field, as we're allowing our awareness to pinpoint and highlight where these points of entry are, we're just going to ask for our bodies and our systems to welcome in the frequency of harmony and balance through the physical body, through the cells of the physical body, through the energy body. And welcome ourselves to be in a neutral observation, to be an expanded space to witness, to just witness our field, the outer edges to the innermost points of the body, so that we allow that information to come through clearly. And to welcome the pure heart and the pure heart of connection to self, that we're releasing any of the challenge or the struggle, or dissolving the challenge or struggle or any judgment upon the energies that may be present in our system that are, or on any of these energies that are creating this interference within your field. Good. So as Sue was speaking, I was just noticing these places. So just supporting the field and highlighting this for you, and also supporting the field in allowing this to dissolve and strengthen with your energy of balance and harmony. What your intention is to hold your field, as well as calling in the pure heart of love to bring the balance in. Is, yeah, good. So much is shifting out right now, dissolving out. And so if you wish to, in your own space, just saying no, thank you, and no, thank you, and I'm creating harmony and balance within my awareness, my field. And also bringing in a soothing energy here for the nerve system, for the mind, for the body, to feel safe and connected in your own field and your own experience. And I'm also hearing to just remove any cords here that we have to any of our physical devices, our computers, our phones, our tablets, our any of the technologies that you have in your home that are smart technologies, and to embrace them in a light of balance and harmony. So we're programming, yeah, just hearing to do this, to program the crystalline structures, or there's to just welcome only harmony and balance and clarity through them into your system, into your home, into your interaction with them. Good. So that the energy through your system is welcoming the harmonized energies through the land that you're upon, that's connecting into the harmony of the center of Earth's consciousness. That we engage with the pure heart of Source. That these pillars of light that we engage with through the center of the body, that they are the pillars of light through the pillars of harmony and balance through this planet, through all of the planets that are in alignment. So we call upon the living consciousness within the life of these planets that are in alignment right now, including the moon and the sun. And all of the elements. Good, thank you. And all of our galactic friends, who this Earth is being a starseed planet with all of consciousness through all of the planets. We're creating a spiral of light here and pillars of light at the same time through all of these star systems, through all of this universe and multiverse, to support a clear crystalline pathway of information and harmony and balance through the physical body, through the cells and structure of this body. To welcome our systems to continue to release anything that's embedded in our bodies that is not in balance, any of the trigger points. Any discordant connections with any people, entities, beings. Yeah, good. And as we're doing this, I'm seeing any energies that are in our fields, in our homes, in our greater field with the earth and then around the earth, any souls that we're going to just create a bridge here of harmony for any of the lost souls that are being also within this disharmony unconsciously, consciously, to welcome them from any of the lands and energetic places to come into balance and harmony and cross over if needed. Good. As we neutralize any of the charge in our systems to any of this interference, that we neutralize the charge within the earth through any of the devices outside of the planet in our orbit, and through any of these other planets, through any other, yeah, good. Ah,
And this image of these silver threads moving through each of our fields, our bodies and our energy field, and then all through the unified field, all through Mother Earth, connecting everything. I just see this beautiful network of beautiful silver white threads, and they're all activated with this divine energy of source and pure potentiality, bringing everything into this invitation of harmony, but also this invitation of unification, recognizing our oneness, recognizing our interconnectedness. I see the mind kind of stepping aside and being placed just to the side. So there's a level of understanding that we're receiving, but ultimately the mind needs to be let go for the full receiving of the experience. Setting the mind aside for a moment. There we go. As we allow this interconnectedness and global unification to really deepen within our system, deepen within our hearts, deepen within our spirits, deepen within each of us individually, but also collectively. And I see these threads, in some replacing the interference threads, those dissolving and suddenly becoming these beautiful light threads that are contributing and serving on such a divine level. And I see this like ripple effect all through the field, these ripples. So this current was, the stream was coming in, the interference was coming in. I see these ripples going out from our center source point, the source point within each of us, pure source within each of us, and these ripples, threads going out in all directions, connecting us all in a way that allows us to experience our unique human expression at the same time, blending our divine interconnectedness. Just a remembrance and a recognition of each other and all of creation. And as those threads ripple out and they're really gathering and amplifying in the collective field of consciousness as well, so that each of us can be connected to that collective consciousness without fear of what we're going to get from there, from that space, from that field. And just seeing that this beautiful field of creation, this unified field, this harmonized field, is within and around and connecting all of us. And downward into Mother Earth as well, and through our beautiful planet, but also through all of the planets. And it's like I see the beautiful grid you created, and I see all these webs of beautiful threads connecting all of the grid in between and around. I can just see us all even like floating and swimming through or flying through and just easily navigating this beautiful network of balanced energy, of source of light. And I can really feel the withdrawal of the threads of interference all being almost gathered into this pocket, like a quarantine pocket. Anything that can't be transmuted or is refusing to, because it has an intelligence to it as well. It has an intelligence that can choose. I see it all being withdrawn and placed in this beautiful quarantine bubble so that everybody is freed of it. And everyone, including all of creation, including nature and the planets and beyond, just turning off this tone, this underlying interference, this dog whistle in the background is being turned off. Freeing all our fields, freeing our spirit, freeing our hearts to let our wings spread freely in the way that they're meant to at this time. And I see each of us turning. I see you in the beginning, you talked about like the no thank you. I see everybody putting their hand up and saying no thank you to the interference. And then I see all of us turning toward our mission, our what we're meant to do here in our heart work, and just saying yes to it, saying yes, thank you, yes, I'm ready, yes, I'm willing, yes, I'm here, I'm showing up, show me the way, guide me, lead me, direct me. And I see this beautiful source point in each one of our hearts. It's a 0 point energy, so it's pure source. And I see it suddenly exploding like the sun kind of bursting, and seeing it just amplify from our source point out. And again, each of us, like having the sun within us, have this field of powerful energy that just gets burned, like anything that's discordant just gets burned off. And our fields meet each other, and our field meets all of creation, amplifies, and it strengthens it. All through the weekend, I kept hearing the power of numbers, the power of people joining together with a shared intention. And that's what I'm experiencing and feeling at this point. It's beautiful amplification. All of us together, individually and together, creating another field of pure potentiality, harmonized, balanced, light, dark, all together.
Beautiful light of us all together. Feeling that pulsation, that beating of the one heart. As you mentioned, leaving the mind behind, I saw immediately this beautiful heart in the center of our field that tuned to every heart of unity, of harmony, of balance. And just seeing it ripple and amplify and expand and ripple and amplify and expand. Just feeling that pulse through your body, feeling your heartbeat and the heartbeat of the harmony. Allowing that rhythm to really guide the nerve system of the body to come into coherence with the wholeness of the higher mind, the wholeness of life, the wholeness of the physical body within this experience of saying yes to the heart, to you. And as this is happening too, I was witnessing the timelines of ourselves and all the agendas that have been laid upon us, all the conditions or limitations starting to just transmute into this harmony. If any of ours that we brought in on a soul level, any that are placed within the energetic field, just watching them being welcomed into this spiral of harmony. Good. And also our us being in an earthly plane, in an earthly body, and expanding this awareness to the multidimensional realms of the galactic field of who we interact with on these levels that are supporting the harmony, to seeing them a symphony and orchestra playing the beautiful rhythm of all of us here together, the harmony, the rhythm, the beat, the melody of the synergistic co-creation of this heart, of this field. So any discordant chords of how we've been moving in our life or thinking or feeling and anything that's in the energy body that welcomes that discordance, to just gently, gently, gently be tuned to this new rhythm. Good. Beautiful. Saying yes to the new rhythm.
Yeah, it's definitely a more beautiful song. That song of interference I've been listening to for a couple weeks on purpose now, and I'm like, it's like an annoying song in the background. You're like, can we just turn that off? Like, who's got that playing? So you just like this orchestra of like instruments came in, and the instruments being with our own heart, and everybody having their own unique frequency note that they played. It's like each of us individually was just playing a note, but when you just brought us all together into that, it became this beautiful like song that just I could feel it like go all the way through the ethers, like all the way through, playing such a beautiful, beautiful, harmonized resonance of music.
Just seeing the nerve system as these chords, the crystalline grid of our planet and all that's connected here, as the chords of these instruments, sound waves, the strings, the keys of life here, welcoming this new rhythm. Allowing our bodies to move, as you were saying earlier, that floating, that swimming, that flying, to feel that fluidity within the system, within the body, within the field around us, and the collective. Just welcoming this to anchor into the depth of every cell of our body, for this to be the new subtle frequency that we feel that's at play in the field around us.
I just got this image of that beautiful anchoring down into the earth as well. So the earth's like this beautiful tone that came, like a tuning fork right from the center, Mother Earth's soul.
And all the centers and points of light through the planets,
Mhm.
stars, the sun, through the moon, through the waters, all the waters of the oceans. Every particle of light, every center point, harmonized, flowing together. All the central suns, the galactic center, intergalactic center, the multiversal center. Allowing this to be the center channel of our bodies. in, flowing, whole, complete. The yes of the heart.
I'm just starting to see this beautiful white flame coming up from the bottom of each of our energy fields, Mother Earth and all of creation, and it just this beautiful white flame burning up through the layers of our energy field and through the body and through the central channel, allowing a burning off of any discordant energy and keeping the field clear. So creating these beautiful firewalls, this pure white flame firewall. The source often comes from the dragon flame, but whatever feels good for each of you individually. But just knowing that as you receive this firewall, it's evergreen. So if Kristen and I are working with some other energies, then there can be an upgrade and an up leveling of your firewall, updating of your firewall as well, if you're open to receiving that and keeping that connection into this beautiful one heart.
As you were saying that, I was seeing the different levels and layers of consciousness that are supporting us in all that we engage with in our multidimensional fields, whatever you receive in your meditations or your visions or your dreams. That I was just seeing these beautiful dragons just flowing in a circle, and then indigenous, and then the inner earth beings, and then beyond, and just this beautiful flow of energy. So yes, welcoming that to at play, so that all of our subconscious realms, all of our inner stellar realms, all of these parts are all being brought into this harmony and balance. Ah,
And I'm just going to calling for an update and an attunement to the firewall that's already embedded in the collective consciousness. Just making sure that that is receiving on all levels as well. And now in all of your hearts, I'm just seeing everybody like receiving it for yourself and then extending it out into the world. So extending it to the individuals that are in your life, your friends, your family, people that you care about, people that you're connected to in some way. And then extending it out to your communities and your neighborhoods and your countries, and just seeing it not coming from you, but through you, from source, through you and out into the world. And what it is extending that olive branch, or extending that beautiful silver thread out to them to say, here's a solution, here's an option for you, here's something that can support you. And we do this just in this realm here. We don't necessarily speak out loud to them about it, but we're really just extending it all out to anyone and everyone who's willing and open to receive, even if they're not consciously choosing to receive, but on some level, on some deep soul level, we are answering their prayer. We are answering their quest for support. We are showing up to be the answer to their prayer. I just see this like it's reaching like all aspects, all corners of the globe, every little pocket, every little spot. And for those individuals that are feeling really consumed by the imbalanced energies, consumed by the hate, or consumed by the violence, or the fear, or the pain, or the trauma, the invitation is for that thread to reach into their field and touch them just at a level where it can just create a little opening, so that should they choose at some level, it would instantly fill their beingness. Because on a soul level, everyone's open to receive. Everyone's saying yes. But on a human level, we still have that free will. We still have the right to choose, consciously or subconsciously. We do that. So those that don't feel capable of choosing, we don't judge them. We don't get angry with them. We don't get frustrated. And we just love them. We just bless them. We just invite them. We forgive any of our judgments. We forgive any of our concerns, any of our own worries or fears or frustrations with everyone. And we just meet them with such divine compassion, such love, sending blessings out in every direction. And if they aren't open, or they're not willing, or they're not capable of receiving the gift that's being extended to them, just know that it was received on some level, and that's enough for now. And we let go and we focus back in on keeping our own field clear, keeping our own hearts pure, holding that intention for all of humanity to choose, for all of creation to receive the gift, the miracle, the blessing.
This blessing is being radiated out, seeing the beautiful reflection of life in this place. This radiant reflection of yourself in this blessing, in the forgiveness and connection to yourself as the anchor point for all of that gets reflected out. And the beauty of this relationship and the depth of this relationship. Life.
It's got this image of energy flowing up and through the back, clearing all of the energy centers where we could receive any centers or any areas where our bodies would be open to receive, where our minds would be open to receive downloads, receive information, receive energy, receive insights. Each of us individually are meant to receive certain messages, meant to receive and extend in one way or another, directly or indirectly. But each of us can be this beautiful tuning fork for love, this beautiful tuning fork for compassion, for peace, for unity. And I just saw this clearing that occurred in the field and around everybody's field and within everybody's humanness, clearing all expired contracts, all expired agreements, any agreements that we even made unintentionally or indirectly, or any agreements or contracts that we signed that we didn't even realize we were signing, all being cleared away. Anything that's expired or not serving, or that came in an imbalanced way, is all being removed from the field, burned off with this beautiful white flame. And everybody's choice being returned to them. Again, I see everybody just saying no thank you to the interference, saying no thank you to the external interference. You're not welcome in my field. You're not welcome in my life. I choose love. I choose compassion. I choose pure, clear, clean source to be my channel, to receive and to extend, to become and to be.
Anchor this in to the body as we're allowing the new stream of choice and connection, as the field of our spine, we're clearing, just seeing the sacral and the solar and the heart opening up here to receive a full channel of light to engage with our power, our self connection through our heart. If you wish to anchor this in even more, if it feels aligned, to place a hand on the heart and a hand on your abdomen. To be in love with your power, to be in love with your connection to self, to be in that yes, the reception of yourself, while creating that clear choice point, how you're engaging with yourself, with life, to the field around you. That it's safe to be in your power, in your heart, saying yes to you, yes to your life, yes to this rhythm, this beat of life, this melody, this harmony, this song. And knowing that this field is here to continue to support you. And welcoming whole of the higher mind here through the physical brain and through the nerve system, the stem of the spine, to receive this yes with your power, with your heart, your actions, with your thoughts, with your movements. And the softness and the relaxation and the calm that comes with this. The deep inner strength, courage, and clarity.
And just see us saying yes, thank you to all aspects of our individual self and our divine self and our one self, that united self. All aspects being folded into this beautiful recipe that makes up who you are. Saying yes to all of it. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. With your hand on the heart space, if you're willing to just do a little thymus thump there, just a thump, 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 thump on the sternum, helps to bring in this beautiful activation and amplification of the beauty and light that you are, the gift and miracle that you are in this world, in this beautiful life classroom. Yes, thank you to play your part. Yes, thank you to receive. Yes, thank you to all of it, to all of you. And so it is.
Feeling this is welcoming yourself to feel your body, feel the room around you, feel your feet, feel your hands. As we welcome a space to hold you for the day and for some time after, to support the integration of your field this way, of your awareness, your body. Welcoming your energy body to come a little closer to your physical body to support the integration and the stabilization of this energy. As we give gratitude to all that showed up in support for us, and for all of you that showed up today, and all that will be on the replay. We allow all of our bodies to, these threads of light that have connected us, to still stay connected on a etheric level, but allowing us to be in our own space, knowing the field is still alive to connect into when needed. Whew, good. Gratitude for you, Sue, and gratitude for all that is. Thank you for everyone for being here.
Thank you.
Ah.
That was
Mm.
scrumptious.
Ooh.
I feel so much better.
Me too.
So feel free if anybody wants. I know some of you have been sharing here and there through the chat. Feel free to share your experience. Kristen and I will read through all of the comments after as well. But if you have anything you want to share right now, what that experience was for you, what stood out for you, how you feel different, what shifted, did it help you become more aware and be able to shift out of that stream of interference that's been causing such wreaking havoc on everybody's fields? So whatever you feel inspired to share, we would love to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you, Fallon.
Mhm.
Sue and Kristen was so powerful. I felt the unbalance fully, and then it shifted into perfect balance. So amazing. Yeah, right. Felt that too.
Yeah, I felt that too. That was really good. And even in the collective field, I could really feel so much happening in that collective field. It was almost like it could breathe again. Like the collective consciousness could breathe again. It was just like, oh, space to breathe. It's like, whew, so good.
Thank you. I feel so much space and calm now, hearts and
Mhm. Beautiful work, everyone. Anything else you want to say, Kristen? We kind of have a lot.
yeah, no, I'm just really grateful for this opportunity, for us to open it up to the greater field. And thank you all who showed up to participate. And yeah, I like that comment that Ray made earlier about, I like participate as a way to engage a little different from to be in service. And I feel that too. It's like we all have our part in this experience, and just feel, the humbleness and the honor and the gratitude to expand and share it with you. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate being able to, like you said in the beginning, it's like, I'm really grateful for these individuals in my life that have come into my life. I call these mighty companions, and Kristen's fast become my mighty companion and one of my mighty companions. And it's like having this space, I can call you and say anything. I know I can say anything and you'd be like, okay, I don't get it, but I'm here and I'm listening. And, on some other level, I get it. But, it's like, if you can, for all of you out there, just know that there are individuals out there that are meant to be your mighty companion. They're meant to be in your life to have these conversations, to be able to share. And there are people out there that can hold a space, even if they don't understand, they can hold a space of non-judgment. And I encourage you to find those pockets and those people because and really lean into them right now because there's a lot going on in the field. There's a lot shifting and happening at a really rapid rate. Everything's very accelerated. And, we need to have these conversations. We need to have these spaces where we can really share openly about what we're sensing and feeling in the field. Because on a human level, at the level of the mind, a lot of it won't make sense, but we feel and sense it. So there, when we're speaking and channeling, a lot what you were saying, Kristen, it was just like I was feeling it and I knew it to be true on a deep, deep level. So we go beyond the mind to really feel into the truth of what we're feeling and sensing and knowing. Trust that within yourself. It's really, really important right now to trust yourself more and more. So develop that, strengthen that muscle as much as you can.
Yeah, Sue, I just have one more piece. I really appreciate that. You're my mighty companion as well. It's always nice to have my heart and soul companion. I think, a lot of us, I was just wanted to speak into that tenderness, of when we do choose to make our heart, as Sue's great saying, heart-led choices, the heart-led living. And when it's tender, because that means it sometimes means big choices, and big changes in our lives and with people. And I feel like that's where we're at in this moment, and letting ourselves really use this field and use this connection as that strengthening to make the changes that we're really feeling that our heart is calling us to. And also when we see people doing things, and like what we brought into the field is like not having the judgment, not having the judgment on ourselves or others, so that we can really take in what's here and have that grace of ourselves to just simply be with what is, and then hone that communication with ourselves to say, okay, here's what's present, this is what's needed, and like Sue was saying, really trust that. So like really feeling that in the field, and I feel like what we just did created an opportunity for us to really stand in that and be with that. So
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I can really feel and a release of I see all these little releases of people's souls. You're like you're feeling it. And I can see like all of these like little like soul pockets popping and opening up. And it's like, okay, I have a feeling and I have a sense. And you can share this with us after. You can feel free to reach out saying, hey, this is what happened after we'd love to hear how this has impacted you and continues to impact you. Because I know even for me, when Kristen and I met on Friday and we were like, okay, we're doing this on Monday. And then the email went out, I felt like this freedom that came in and my wings spread out and I felt this purpose come back in, and I felt all these like clarity come in and all these pieces that I know this is what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do now. And I know a lot of you are going to start feeling that. So follow those nudges, follow those pieces, because you have a role to play. Each one of us has a role to play. And there's certain things that I can do that Kristen can't. And there's certain things that Kristen can do that I'm not meant to, that I can't do. And there's stuff that you are meant to do that you're going to be called to do that we are not going to be called to do. So we have to all really be attuned to what is my heart calling me to do in this moment? How is my heart calling me to be in this moment and show up and be and do and follow? So I cannot stress that enough right now. We all are meant to play a beautiful, essential part, no matter how big your part looks or how small your part looks. It's not insignificant. Every part is totally significant and it has impact. And we need you. We need you to stand up and say, yes, thank you. I'm willing. Okay, I'm done. I was like, I have to say this.
yes, thank you, I'm willing.
Yes, thank you. I'm willing. Show me the way. Oh, I just looked down. I'm like, where are you, Sue? I'm like, right here. I'm here. I'm everywhere. No, I'm in the Langley, Vancouver area, BC, Canada. Yeah. Okay. Feel clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Complete.
Thank you. Thank you for being here, Kristen, and joining with me. And thank you all for showing up. We see you, we love you, we appreciate you, we honor you. We know that you have amazing, beautiful contributions to make in this world, and we're grateful for you. So thank you all. Until next time, until we meet again, who knows what'll happen from here? Kirsten and I will talk, and then I have a feeling there's something more to come. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you all. Love you.
Love y'all. Bye.